In this lecture, we are looking the concept of power with respect to a theorist, Michael Foucault. Michael Foucault was a prominent French philosopher. He was a postmodernist and social theorist, and he gave a distinctive view and influential understanding of the power, which differed from the traditional approaches before Foucault. So, the Foucault concept of power challenges the traditional notions of power as purely those were before it, those were purely repressive or centralized. Uh, he rejected the conventional theories on power given by Thomas Hobbes and Karl Marx. As we know that the concept of sovereignty being propounded by Thomas Hobbes and giving absolute power to the king or individual, and similarly Karl Marx, who gave who divided a society into two classes, have and have not, means bourgeois class and proletariat class. So Michael Foucault is differed from these two eminent theorists with respect to the concept of the power. There are two books of Michael Foucault mentioned here: Discipline and Punish, The Birth of Prison, and The History of Sexuality, The Will to Knowledge. So let's start the Michael Foucault's concept of power. According to Foucault, the disciplinary power is the means to rather raise productivity in the people and do not to dictate them. Means that the whole purpose, the sole purpose of the power is to produce, is to raise productivity. The means, the purpose is giving the productivity to the society, to the people, and not to dictate them. So he came up with an idea of discourse. You know that discourse mean an abstract entity as the basis of the power. So Foucault meaning of emancipation in his book, on the other hand, is about understanding the dominant discourse, mean knowing the truth and having knowledge. It is more about improving the self. So it is the knowledge is everywhere, elsewhere. So the discourse is means taking the things as they are in entirety. Uh, Foucault recognizes power as a correlational with the knowledge. His concept is correlational. That power is not something that is owned by any of the class or a dominant class in the society, but it is a strategy. Power is a strategy that brings along resistance with it, in it. So it runs throughout the society as a product, as a productive component. Foucault emphasizes the importance of discourse to understand power and knowledge relations. That the identification of the dominant discourse in a specific situation will help answer the question such as who has the power in that very situation, who is the custodian of the power. That is the question, that is discourse as being presented by Michael Foucault. The first view is that discourse and knowledge. Let's see that Foucault introduces the concept of discourse, that it is a way of understanding that how power operates through knowledge, through language and the knowledge. So that how power is being operates through language and knowledge. So discourse or what? Discourse are the systems of knowledge, and it is the way of speaking that define what is considered true, what is considered normal, and what is acceptable within the society. So discourse is there. Now, power is exercised through the control and regulation of discourses. So, what is power? Power is is exercised. Power itself is nothing, but when you exercise it, it is power. So, power is exercised, and through to the control and regulation of your discourses. For example, king has a monopoly over power. This is a discourse. This is a discourse. This sentence is discourse. So power is not just not one dimensional or one directional or unidirectional or undirectional. So king is also means that when you say that king has a monopoly over power, again king has no power because king is also under the power. So he is under the power of society means, for example. So it means that there is no one who has an absolute power. So the discourse changes. Society's power is in the form of discourses. Again, society holds the power. Means discourse are means that discourse are flowing throughout the society like the blood in your veins. So thus the power is everywhere. Means that the discourse is power. So it changes with the situation changes. And next it varies from society to society. So it is where there is power. So it means that power is everywhere. So discourse is there. Next is power is ubiquitous and relational. Ubiquitous means it is everywhere. As previously I have told you that it is everywhere. So power is ubiquitous and it is also relational. Means Foucault argued that power is not a fixed entity. It is possessed by certain individuals or institutions. As we can see that it is not a fixed one. It moves from one office to or one institution to another or within an institution means it revolves. So it is present throughout the society and it also operates in all the social interactions. So we can say that power is not held by a specific group but is dispersed throughout the society and is exercised in various ways by different actors. So we can say that power is not fixed one. It shifts. It shifts from one means it's a cyclic one means it is everywhere. And the next thing is that it is relational one. So simply we can say that according to Michael Foucault, power is ubiquitous and relational one. He introduced the concept of discourse with the knowledge that the power is everywhere, discourses are flowing, it shifts from one to the other, and discourses are the systems of the knowledge. It founds in everywhere. And what is power? And power is actually it is nothing but its exercise is power. So power is exercised but through the control and regulation of those discourses. And power is correlational as discussed. And discourse is important. But is discourse that who has the power is that in that very situation as a certainly he is the power. And the next is his concept is of power and knowledge is productive, not repressive like the Karl Marx concept and Thomas Hobbes concept. So simply we can say that he differed from the earlier two theorists. So I hope you understand this brief discussion regarding Michael Foucault's concept of power. Thank you.